Recordings in progress. Okay, so time management. Time management. That is our topic for today. Anyone here in their life, maybe not necessarily today, ever had a time management problem? Three hands and 31 and 31 liars. Never. Robert, what are you talking about? I got time management on lock. All right. Look, some of you really are great at your time management, but at some point, whether it be work or personal or whatever the case may be, we've probably all run into a scenario where time management has been a little bit of a problem. Here's another way to find this out. Raise your hand or put it in the chat box if you are expressive. Okay, you've definitely had time management problems. Okay, so at some point in your life, you've definitely had that. All right, so there you go. Okay, so let's talk about time management. Let's dive into time management here. I've got a list of points in regards to time management. There's not, well, there are some that might be a little bit more important than others, but you decide what's more important for you. But let's just dive right into it. Okay, time management. A couple things that I have right away in regards to time management. Okay, number one is this. You need to constantly revisit your goals and update them accordingly. Well, Robert, I thought we were talking about time management. Yeah, we are talking about time management. Why do I say in reference to time management, you need to constantly revisit your goals and update them accordingly? Why do you think that has a relevance to time management? Anybody want to take a guess?
Kicks your butt into gear to do what you need to do.
Thank you, Melinda. There it is. There it is. If you don't have your goals in mind, if you don't have a strong connection to the goals and the work that you're doing, you simply will take your time in getting the task done because you don't feel any sort of urgency to complete them. So therefore, if you have a strong relationship to your goals and your goals are updated accordingly and you're excited about accomplishing your goals, you will put in the time necessary to reach those goals. So number one in regards to time management is you have to be updated on your goals and you have to constantly have them in front of you. The second thing in regards to time management on that line that you might not think has anything to do with time management is tracking your numbers. So let me ask you a question. Why do you think tracking your numbers is important in regards to time management?
So you know if you're being effective.
So you know if you're being effective, number one. Yeah, what else?
Well, if you look at your numbers every day and you have a set goal, if you don't reach your goal, there's a time management problem.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you don't reach your goal, it's a time management problem. What else?
You can troubleshoot.
Explain.
You'll be able to reassess and correct as you go along.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah, there you go. You like that too? How about also this? If you track your numbers, you know how long you need to set aside to accomplish your goal for the day. You're all 100% right. These are all correct answers. But also that if you track your numbers and you know that, well, in order for me to get this many deals for the year, I need to make this many contacts a day. And if I track my numbers, I know that it takes me 2 hours and 32 minutes to reach that many contacts, then I can then go and decide that put in my calendar 2 hours and 32 minutes a day dedicated to prospecting to make sure I hit my numbers. Because some of you, it takes longer, meaning that some of you might put in your time slot 3 hours of prospecting a day, But then you track your numbers and realize that you're making 18 contacts in those 3 hours, and to accomplish your goals, you need to hit 24. Well, then you need more than 3 hours, but you've only dedicated 3 hours. So all of you are 100% right. But then, as Tim said and Jack said, you get to go back and troubleshoot or correct it to figure out, okay, now I need to expand from 3 hours to 3.5 hours. Or maybe I can go from 3.5 hours to 3 hours and still accomplish what I need to accomplish. Variety of different things. So have a strong connection to your goals, update your goals accordingly and regularly because goals change. Track your numbers, all in regards to time management. Now, the third thing I wrote down here in time management is you need to set a beginning time to your day and an end time to your day. Beginning time to your day, end time day. Beginning time to work, start working, not a beginning time to start setting up. I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I was having this talk with them. And I said, what time do you want to start your day? And they said, well, I typically get in the office around 8:30 and then kind of go from there. I said, no. What time do you want to start working? Not get in the office, not get set up. What time do you want to start working? 9. Okay, great. So 9 o'clock could start your day. But then you also need to set up a time to end your day. Now, in real estate, can you always predict what time your day is going to end? No. But can you be pretty close most of the time? 75% of the time, can you end your day at a specific time? Would you agree with that? Jack says, yeah. Okay, great.
I have to pick up kids, so I have to end.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have to pick up kids, you definitely have an end time, right? You know, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. The school's in a good area. They could sit out there for like 3 or 4 hours. That'd be all right. You know, that'll be good. That'll be good. They're you know, give them an iPad. They'll be good for like 3 days. All right. So you need to put an end time to your day. Is it 4 o'clock? Is it 5 o'clock? Is it 3 o'clock? Is it 6 o'clock? Okay. So let me ask you another question here. Why do you think putting an end time to your day is so important?
So you only have a limited time to accomplish the things you need to do.
And why is that important? You're right. Why is that important?
So you're working against pressure, so you're more efficient, you get more done.
You'll get it done. Right. There it is. Anyone ever been in a situation where you feel like you have the entire day to get something done, and so it takes you the entire day to get something done? Anyone ever run into that scenario?
Yes.
Feel like I'm working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because if you don't put an end time to your day, so let's say that you don't put an end time to your day, you could keep pushing stuff off. Well, I'll get that done. I'll get it done. I'll get it done. I'll get it done, because you think you have the whole day. So now let's say that you want to end your day at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, I want to be done with my day. Well, now you can't push stuff off, because if you push stuff off, then that gets into appointment time, that gets into prospecting time, and then it won't get done by the end of the day. You become more efficient when you do that. Write this down. If you limit the amount of time you work, you force yourself to be effective in the time that you work. If you limit the amount of time you work, you force yourself to be effective in the time that you work. Generally speaking, agents that work from, say, 8 to 5 are more productive than agents that work from 8 to 8. Generally speaking. Well, how can that be possible, Robert? One agent's working 12 hours, the other one's working 9. Because typically the agent that works from 8 to 8 is all over the place. They're pushing stuff off. They're not getting stuff done. They're not as efficient. The one that works from 8 to 5, I have a set time to be off at 5. They have a schedule, tighten it up, that they're going to get certain things done at certain times. So put a start time to your day and put an end time to your day. And again, sometimes we can't control the end time, but most of the time you can. I wrote down here with time management, you need to identify what are your no matter whats. What are your no matter whats? One of the keys to time management is identifying what your no matter whats are. A no matter what means no matter what, it has to get done today. So somebody give me an example of a no matter what.
I have to get 25 contacts today, no matter what.
25 contacts, no matter what. Prospecting. Okay. What else?
Appointment.
Picking up the kids.
Picking up. Well, that's iffy.
Appointments. Yeah, no. Appointments come before that.
That's iffy. It's iffy. Depends on how the rest of the day goes. All right. No, I'm just kidding. Picking up the kids is a no matter what. What else is a no matter what? Jack says an appointment. It's a no matter what. Okay, great. What else? What else is a no matter what? That's it. I'm glad everybody's here. We got a lot to talk about. What'd you say,
Coaching
Sam?
calls.
Coaching calls, no matter what. I'm a big fan of, for those of you that have coaching calls, those are no matter what. As I sit sometimes patiently waiting for people to answer the phone on our coaching calls.
Get to a listing appointment on time.
Get to a list. Yes, please do that. Okay. So
Prepare your listing package.
there you go. Okay, great. Perfect. So figure out what your no matter what's are. But now here's the question. You ever had a day when you didn't do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We're all guilty of that, present company included. So you need to identify, this is my no matter what. So no matter what, this has to be done. Now I wrote down 4 no matter what's. That's in my opinion. Everyone should have these. You can disagree with me and put down your different 4 no matter what's. Okay. I agree with Tim that prospecting, in his case is 25 contacts, prospecting has to be a no matter what. You have to go out and find business every single day. As Tony Smith would say, every day you're unemployed. And your job is you have to go out and find business. Or another way that it's been said is that any day you're not prospecting for business, you're essentially closed for business. Every day you have to prospect for business. That's number 1. I wrote down number 2, every day, no matter what, you have to practice. Every day, no matter what, you have to practice. 30 minutes. If you can only get 15, get 15. But every day, no matter what, you have to practice your scripts and objection handlers. I wrote down here every day. You're not going to like this one, but I'm going to say it anyways. No matter what, you have to preview property. Now, I'm going to help you a little bit here. I will accept on occasion if you can virtually preview it. Let's start with there, because some of you getting out to go see property is very difficult. But every day you need to take a look at some homes in your area, do a virtual preview, do the Google Street View. Okay, so you know what's going on in the area. Is there an eyesore right across the street? But you need to preview property. You need to know what's going on. Melinda just said she did a price reduction because the market changed a little bit on that listing. Could the market be changing in your area?
Yes.
So is previewing property really, really important right now?
Hello.
Hello. Is previewing property really, really important right now?
Yes.
Okay, I've got 2 of you.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
we're working on the rest.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, no matter what. The 4th no matter what I wrote down is presenting. Meaning you are either doing a live presentation, listing or buyer, or you're role playing a presentation, or at least writing it out. But you need to spend time either doing a live presentation, buyer or seller, or working on it. So 4, that's what I wrote down, is 4 no matter what. That no matter what, I have to get these 4 things done. I have to prospect, practice, preview, and present. Call it the 4 Ps. Now, here's the question. If you did all 4 of those things every single day, every work day for every week, would you be very productive? Great. So then figure out if you agree with those, put those as your no matter what's. And if you don't agree with those, figure out what your no matter what's are. But that also means you need to let people know, I can't be distracted right now. I can't do this right now. Now, let's be honest. Clients can be a distraction, right? So how do I do all of this without my clients being a distraction?
You have to educate your client.
There it is.
Return phone calls at a certain time.
There it is. You have to educate your client. What if you just gave your client your schedule? Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, here's a copy of my schedule. As you can see, from 8:30 to 9, I'm working on my scripts, practicing my skills, which is beneficial for you because you want an agent that's very skilled, right? Right, absolutely. From 9 to 12, I'm out there prospecting for business. For you, I'm going to be prospecting for buyers, but I'll be honest, I'm also going to be prospecting for other listings. You want an agent that's active doing that, right? Right. Okay, great. Then I'll be returning calls from 1 to 2, from 2 to 2:30. I need to know what's going on in the marketplace. So I'm going to preview property because that's how I know how to price property and what your competition looks like. And then from 4 to 5, I'm either going to be at an appointment or I'm going to be working on my presentation skills. If I did that to a client, would they go, oh, gosh, I'm not working with you then? Would they say that? Or would they probably be pretty impressed? I will sit here until somebody answers me.
Impress.
Thank you. Come on. Golly. Jesus. I got a room full of analyticals or what? What's going on here? I think he
We're
wants me to
thinking
say,
about it.
I think he wants me to say yes, but I'm not sure if he wants me to say yes. Should I just answer yes? I'm not sure. Maybe I should just wait. He didn't really call my name, so I shouldn't really answer right now. Gosh, I don't know what I should do. Maybe it's a no. Should I really do that? Know what I got going on here? Come on, help me out here.
Good job on that. That went through. How about that went through?
We're analyzing like Jack.
It's not my first day. I know what's going on. But to Tessa's point, educate them. Do that. Give them your schedule. Explain your schedule to that. Because guess what? No other agent's doing that. They're going to be super impressed. I think they would be, that you have a set schedule. Otherwise, if you don't, they feel they can call you all the time. Morning, afternoon, night, and they expect you to pick up the phone. They expect you to answer the text, all these other things. Educate them. You have to have your no matter what's, no matter what. All right. The second thing I wrote down here is now you have to put all of this in a schedule. Put this in a schedule. Now, this is the key. If it's not in the schedule, it won't happen. It doesn't exist. Put it in the schedule. If you need help putting together a schedule, I'm more than happy to help you do that. Okay. Help you put together a sample schedule. It's not that difficult to put together a schedule. I'm more than happy to help you do that and put all these things in there. But you need to have it. You need to have it time blocked. Okay. Well, this is my role play time. This is my prospect time. This is my preview time. This is my admin time. This is my appointment times. You know, if you have set appointment times, it makes it a little bit easier when you're prospecting. Why? Why does it make it easier when you're prospecting if you have set appointment times?
You don't have to search through your schedule to find an opening spot.
Do you have any idea how annoying that is? Does anyone else ever get annoyed when they go, well, when can we get together? And they go, well, let me see. And they pull out their phone and they pull out their calendar. Oh, you know, that. You know when you're available. And if you don't know when you're available, it means your schedule is controlling you. You're not controlling your schedule. Somebody should be able to call you and say, hey, I'd like to meet with you. When can you do that? Well, I have Mondays at 3:30 available. Does that work for you? I have Tuesdays at this time. You should be able to rattle off what your set appointment times are, what your set showing times are. So have those in there. So when you have a chance to an appointment, you don't get stuck with let me call you back. You're just boom, 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 boom. You're sharp. So put in your set appointment times. Should you have an appointment time set every day?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Isn't the goal to have set an appointment every day?
Yep.
Is there only like 3 or 4 of you that have that goal? It's hard to set an appointment every day if you don't have an appointment slot available every day. So put one in there every day. Well, Robert, what if I don't get an appointment every day? Here's the key. Now, this is something that for some of you, we've done this with, and this is a little bit of a game changer. Okay. For some of you aren't going to like it. You set an appointment slot. And typically the appointment slots you set are usually near the end of the day, right? And for most people. Well, what if I don't have an appointment? Do you get to go home? Jack Ma, do you get to go home if you don't have an appointment?
No, and actually, that's one thing I realized. My afternoon schedule, when there's no appointment, it's not good. So that's I always thought my morning schedule wasn't good, but I just realized that my entire schedule is not good. That's why I'm on this call.
Jack is failing at an incredibly high level. Just imagine if Jack's like that Karen Bernardi situation. For those of you that don't know, Neil always tells the story about Karen Bernardi, who was making at this point like $1 million a year. And she calls Neil, who was coaching her at the time. She says, Neil, God, could you imagine what I could do if I actually knew how to sell? You know, Jack's like that. Jack's, I'm making, $500,000 a year. Imagine if I actually had a schedule. Holy cow. So having the afternoon, if you don't get an appointment, you don't get to go home because you're essentially rewarding yourself for not having an appointment. You don't get to reward yourself for not having an appointment. So instead, you need to practice your presentation, or you need to go prospect more or preview more or do something else productive. Most people set an appointment slot at the end of the day, and if they don't have an appointment, they go home. You're being rewarded. You're rewarding yourself to take off early by not having an appointment. That's not a good mentality to have. So take that time and go be a little bit more productive. But have a schedule. Now, here's the thing. I wrote down here in time management and scheduling. Be honest. Be honest with your schedule. Here's what I mean. Everyone talks about all the time, well, I'm going to get up earlier and start my day earlier. Some of you can do that, but let's be honest. Some of you can't. That's not a bad thing, but be honest with yourself. Well, Robert, I'm going to start my day at 7. Okay. And some of you can. And some of you starting at 7 is just a mess. You're just waking up. Your hair's all over the place. You're like scarfing down a muffin, drinking coffee at the same time. Like, just be honest with yourself and start your day at 7:30 or 8. Okay. Be honest with yourself at what time you're going to end your day. Well, I'm going to work till 8 o'clock tonight. Well, probably not. Or if you do, it's because you're not productive in the middle part of your day. If you do have to pick up kids, be honest. I got to pick up kids at 2 o'clock. I got to pick up kids at 3 o'clock. So I need to set my schedule based around this, and this. Don't base your schedule on what you're supposed to do. Base your schedule on what you can do. I see this too many times with people's schedules. Like, well, so-and-so has their schedule like this, so I should do this. Well, everyone's different. Be honest with yourself about your schedule and your time management. Because the reality is this. Your schedule should always be based on the goals you've set for yourself, not anything else. Okay? Your schedule should be based around the goals you set, not anything else. So if your goal is to close 5 deals, you don't need a very strict schedule. You need a schedule, but you don't need a strict schedule. If your goal is to close 25 deals, you need a slightly stricter schedule. So be honest with yourself in regards to that. I wrote down here next, you want to get better at time management, do what's called a time motion study. Time motion study. Here's what a time motion study says. Start with every hour. Every hour, write down what you accomplished for the previous hour. As this goes on, start doing it every 30 minutes. And then if you really want to get testy, do it every 15 minutes. But every hour, I would challenge everyone to do this and then send it to me and I will go over this. So Yukiko, you and I did this. Was it helpful when we went over your time motion study?
Yes.
Okay, great. So it makes a difference. So do a time motion study and send it to me. I will review it and let you know where you possibly can improve. So every hour, write down what you did for the previous hour, but be specific. This is the key, be specific. Because you might say, well, 10 o'clock from 9 to 10, I prospected. Well, how many contacts did you make? Because if you made 3 contacts over the course of an hour, did you prospect really for the full hour? No.
No.
Tess says no, and I agree with her. No. So you, in your mind, you're thinking, well, I prospected for an hour, but I made 3 contacts. You didn't prospect for an hour. There's no way. I don't care if you were hand dialing people in like the most rural part of the country. Okay. There's a town up in Northern California called Porterville. Okay. Where the homes are like miles apart. No, I don't care if you're hand dialing Porterville, you should make more than 3 contacts an hour. So every hour, write down what you accomplished and then send it to me. And I'll be happy to go over that with you. And I'll bet you will find some really big ahas on what you're doing throughout your day. Neil and Mike did this with me years ago. Well, Robert, we need you to do some more recruiting. I'm like, how the hell can I do more recruiting? I'm doing this, this, and this. Okay, great. How many people are you coaching? At the time, I was coaching 42 people. Okay, well, it calls a half hour, so it's 21 hours. Okay, and then how much time do you do this? And I did this, and I did that. All right, so we're at 30 hours. So what are you doing for the other 10 hours of the week?
Hey, Robert.
Yes,
Hey,
Michael.
Robert.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a question. Talking about every day you're trying to accomplish to make 25 contacts. So you have to be prepared to be sure you hit 25 people, they are home. And of course, you maybe have to do 50 or 60 attempts. I just question, I guess for the rest of the group, what did they use every day to be sure they can get that information? They prepare it at night. So then in the next day, they're successful in reaching 25 people. What is the best way to do it? Because every day you have to do that, of course, and reach 25 people. What, things they use? They use only just, a dialer, or what is it?
For those of you that are making 25 contacts a day, are you using a dialer?
Yes,
Yes.
and you have to have an accountability group.
Okay, but what I'm talking about is where you get the information. Usually you get there is no expires for silver owners. You just do more and just list it just sold, right? Trying to go around the neighborhood to reach that 20.
You also use the old expired. Do the old expired.
Okay, yeah.
There's a
No, like
lot
I
of-
said, every day you need to hit 25. So that means you have to dial 50 times or 60 times every day to you hit that, right? So that
Right.
information you prepared the night before. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, not, I don't know. Do you use the call dialer, and do you use Mojo or use
Yeah.
Remix to get the leads for expired, old and new?
So they
Yeah,
help
you
you
have no
doing that.
problem. You get that
Right.
ready in the morning as you start.
I see.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Good question. Good question.
Can I share something?
Yes.
Yeah, just get the thinking out of the way. Like my database in my CRM, I just set it that it's gonna show up whoever I haven't talked to in 3 months, so I don't have to search through. I just dial through the database. So just set those up if you can, so you don't have to think.
There you go. There you go. Good job. Good point. All right. Good. Good stuff. All right. I wrote down here next in time management. If you don't have a good start to your day, you will not have a good end to your day. Therefore, in time management, you must master your morning routine. You must master your morning routine. In the world of real estate, can your day get chaotic? Okay. So if your day can get chaotic as the day goes on, you cannot start your day chaotic. It's very, very important, because once you get chaotic, once you get off road, getting back on road is really hard before the end of the day. You cannot do that. You must master your morning routine. So you need to have, again, your time to start your day, your schedule, your affirmations. If you're doing accountability, who do you need to check in with? Where do you need to be? Do you need to be at the office? Are you going to be at the doors? Where are you going to be? Your morning has to be tight. Now, let me give you a little tip on time management in the morning. You need to, for some of you, you need to get up earlier. Doesn't have to be really early, but to get up earlier. Here's why. If you're rushing in the morning, your day is screwed. If you're rushing in the morning, your day is screwed. Here's what I mean by rushing. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I got to do this. Okay. We're good. Let me grab this. Okay. I got this and I got my coffee in this hand. I got my muffin in this hand and I'm running out the door because I got to get to the office or I got to get somewhere and you're doing this and you get down, you sit down and you're going, okay. Your day's screwed. You might as well just take the day off, go enjoy time with the kids. Because you're not going to like this all morning and then all of a sudden go zoom. Totally zoned in prospecting. It's not going to happen.
They don't want to enjoy time with you when you're like that.
Right? So you need to get, I get this question all the time, right? Because I get up for years, I've gotten up at 3:30. And it's, Robert, get up at 3:30, get up at 3:30. Why would you do that? The reality of me getting up at 3:30 is that I never have to rush in the morning, ever. I get to do everything at my pace. I get to get up, I get to work out, I get to spend time with the dogs, I get to have my breakfast, I get to have my coffee. Now, if Cambria gets up, I get to spend time with Cambria. Like, I get to do all these things before I actually start my day with no rush, no panic, no anxiety, nothing. So when I get to my first coaching call at 7:30, I'm zoned in, ready to go for the rest of the day. If you start your day chaotic, you're screwed. Your day is over. Because as we all agree, real estate can already take your day chaotic as the day goes on. You need to make your mornings perfect, anxiety-free, stress-free, rush-free. So in that case, you might need to wake up a little bit earlier to do that. I get it. I'm taking away some of your precious sleep, but it's going to make your day far more productive. It's very, very important that you do this. Okay, because I see so many people rushing into the office. Hey, how's it going? Gotta get. Stop working. Go home. Like I said, if I was being honest, that's what I would tell you. Just go home. You're not going to be productive today. Okay, so make your morning routine like that. Also, as part of your morning routine, that means you need to have everything personally and professionally combined into one calendar, one system, the whole thing. Because you might have your work routine perfectly ready for the morning to start, but your personal routine is, we had an agent like this for years that did everything right in terms of had their numbers ready to go the night before, knew exactly where they were going to be as far as where they're going to be on the doors, had the scripts, had everything set professionally ready to go. The night before was perfectly ready to where at 8 o'clock they were going to be on the phones. The problem is they had their personal trainer at 7:30 every day. And so they were late every day because their personal goals and their personal schedule didn't match their professional schedule. So then they would get in the office around 9 o'clock. And then instead of prospecting from 8 to 11, now they're prospecting from 9 to 11 and they're only getting their 2 hours. And then you try to push it off, but it was a mess. So this goes back to being honest with yourself, but make sure your personal and your professionally are matched together, which also comes down to time management, one schedule, one calendar for both personal and professional life. Don't have a business calendar and then a personal calendar. Anybody want to take a guess as to why that's important?
You accidentally overlap sometimes.
And is that good?
No bueno.
So to Melinda's point, you overlap. This is what happens. You have on your personal calendar that you're taking Friday off. Okay, you're taking the family out. It's Memorial Day on Monday. You're taking the family out for an extra long weekend. You're going up to Yosemite. You've got the RV rented, the whole shebang, right? Family's ready to go. Kids are ready to go. Dogs are ready to go. Everyone's excited. That's on your personal calendar. And then you make your prospecting and someone says, yeah, I'm ready to list my house. Can you come over Friday at 11? And you're like, boom, book. There's nothing in my personal, my work calendar. I'm good. So then you go home and you tell your spouse, hey, guess what? great news. Had a great day today. Booked a listing appointment Friday at 11 o'clock. And your spouse looks at you like, what the F? What the F? We're leaving at 10. Oh, yeah. We're leaving at 10. Now, I'm sure that's never happened to anyone on this call. Okay. Okay. Date night, you got dinner reservations, you got this. Oh, yeah, I got to make sure to be off at 5 o'clock because we have dinner reservations at 6:30 in Beverly Hills, blah, blah, blah. And someone calls and you got a showing at 5:30. And your spouse goes, what the hell? We had to book these reservations a month in advance. Your kids are looking at you like, what the hell?
You're signing a different contract.
Yeah.
It's a divorce contract.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Right after you're done with that listing appointment, why don't you set a second appointment with your attorney? All right. Just get it all done in one day. One calendar, both personally and professionally, to avoid any potential mishaps. It is very, very important when it comes to time management and scheduling. Very, very important. Very, very important. All right. I wrote down here next in terms of time management. Get your most important and most difficult tasks done in the morning. Get your most important and most difficult tasks done in the morning. That's why we suggest prospecting in the morning, because it's your most difficult and most painful task to do. Why do you think it's important to do it right in the morning? Why do you think it's important to do your most painful and most important task in the morning?
Because
Otherwise,
your
you'll just put
energy
it up.
level is high at that time.
Yep. Both of you are
energy.
right. But both of you, yeah, everyone. Okay. So let me explain this for everyone else. Typically, are you most energized and more focused in the morning? Okay. So I have my highest amount of energy, my highest amount of focus right here that matches my most important, most difficult task. So let's say I don't do it in the morning. 2 o'clock comes around. My energy level and focus is now here, but the task importance and difficulty is still here, which means one of two things is going to happen. I'm either going to not do it, as Carrie had mentioned, you'll push stuff off. You're either not going to do it because you don't have the energy and focus to do it, or you're going to do it, but in a very poor way because you don't have the energy and focus to match that task. So it's very important that you do your most difficult and most important task in the morning. Here's the other thing. You ever heard somebody say it's best to work out in the morning? You ever heard that before? Okay.
Yeah.
One of the reasons they suggest you work out in the morning is that when you get your workout done in the morning, you feel really good about yourself. You accomplish something very important that in that day. You got your workout done, you got your endorphins going, you're feeling really good about yourself, feeling positive, and it carries you through the rest of the day. Same concept. You get your most important, most challenging, most difficult task done right there in the morning. You feel that, ooh, got it. Let's be honest. When you get all your contacts in by 11 o'clock, you feel pretty good, don't you? Yeah, 11 o'clock, I already have my 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever my contact goal is for the day, and I'm done. Woo! Feeling good. Now, how do you feel at 11 o'clock when your goal is 25 and you're at 4? Have that same sense of excitement? Have that same sense of accomplishment that your day is going just as you planned? No, because you did something else in the morning. And so now you do this. Oh, God, now I have to prospect in the afternoon to make up my 21 contacts, which is exactly the expression you should make before you go prospect is this. Oh, God. That's exactly the expression you should make right before you go prospect. That's the one that's going to get you the next appointment. Okay? You got to get this stuff done in the morning, which means your morning has to be untouchable, has to be concrete, has to be intense, has to be productive. Nothing can get in your way. Nothing, nobody, You gotta have it just set to get your most important and most difficult task done right there in the morning. Get it done. Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. All right, very good. I wrote down here next in time management. Now, everyone's going to love this point. Everyone's going to love this point, okay? I've saved one of the ones you're going to like for last, or one of the last points. Never, ever work 7 days in a week. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Some of you are thinking, all right, this guy's all right. He's been kind of a jerk for like 40 minutes, but I think we're finally starting to get somewhere. Don't work 7 days. Let's be honest. If you work 7 days in a week, are you really going to be very productive on the 7th day? No. You're going to be burned out. Plus, here's the problem. If you work 7 days in a week, let's say you start today and then you work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, then what's the next day? Monday, which means you are now going to start working the second week. So it's not like you're working 7 days in a row and then you have like a firefighter schedule where you're now off for 7 or 10 days or something like that. No. Now you're starting this next week. So now you're going to work Monday, Tuesday. So now you're going to be at like 12, 13 days in a row and then maybe take off Saturday or Sunday if you're going to do it that way. You will not be productive. You can only be energized and focused for so long before the fatigue sets in, the burnout sets in. I understand the concept of, I'm going to work every day. I'm going to go after it. But let me tell you something. Do I have a lot of energy? Yeah, the test says no.
Yes.
I have a lot of energy. Okay. And there's no way that even I can go, I'm going after it every day. Let's go. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, let's go. No way. No way. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Shit, it's Sunday. I'm not going to be productive, even as energetic as I am. And some of you are slightly less energetic than I am. Don't work 7 days a week. You will burn out and you will not be productive. And here's what's more important. Working 7 days a week means you probably have what? What kind of problem do you typically have if you work 7 days a week?
Work management?
Time management problem. So go back to the very beginning of this class, repeat steps 1 through 10, so that way you don't have to work 7 days a week. Look at that, I brought it all together. Had this all scripted, ready to go. Questions on what we went over today in terms of time management?
Can you send me the sample that you mentioned, the time management, the breaking things down? Maybe that could help me structure a little better.
Sure. I can absolutely do that. Good. Other questions, anything we went over today?
I'd like to be added to that list also.
All right. Very good. Very good.
Did you just say my name, Tyron?
What's that?
Awesome. Just kidding.
All right, gotcha. All right, everybody. That's all I got. Hopefully there was 1 or 2 things that were valuable.